Cool. Welcome back to the Mess Podcast Season 2, Episode...
Can you remember?
6.
It's episode 6.
Episode 6.
Yeah.
6. So today we have intros to do. We'll go from Lyndon first. Lyndon.
Hello.
Me. Joe. Hello. Alex.
Hello.
Joe Knight.
Hello.
Wesin Cutler.
Hello,
Wesin. I'm getting different names for you.
Yeah.
And today, another special guest. We're on a roll. We had one last week, so...
Yeah.
We have Paul Seaton-Burn. So say hello to him, everyone.
Great.
Bonjour.
Hello.
Trying to sound very sophisticated.
So halo to you. I slipped that one in there. Yes, Reverend Paul Seaton-Burn. So, how's everyone doing? Everyone good?
More or less.
More or less. It's cold.
It's busy, cold.
What have you guys been up
overcast.
to this week?
Yeah. What's everyone been up to? Throw it out there.
I'm afraid I can't mention it on this podcast.
Oh, it's like that, is it?
But the police will be in touch shortly.
No, just business.
Yeah.
Fireworks, anyone?
Fireworks,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Of course,
I
yeah.
didn't get to go to Stickle Path though, actually.
It's good.
I went to Stickle Path, it was good.
They
Did you?
burnt the stage, didn't they, or something? In the
Yeah,
end?
they did, yeah.
They
Yeah.
did this performance and then
Well-
set light to the stage.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Although I think they made it slightly better than they have done in the previous years because the floor didn't collapse in and kind of stuff. Which you
shame.
want. You want things to kind of...
People didn't burn to death.
No.
Well, Guy Fawkes did, but... yeah.
Who played Guy
Again.
Fawkes?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
How many years?
Man, he's gonna.
He's getting a persecution complex.
He's a
Yeah.
superhero. Right. So thank you, Paul, for coming in.
Thanks for
It's
having
an honour to have you here. So that's the intro's done, I think. Ooh. Now I think we will move on. Lyndon's random fact, I think. So Lyndon, have you got it?
Okay.
Fire away.
Did you know, north of the equator, weather systems like hurricanes spin anti-clockwise, and south of the equator, they spin clockwise?
That's very.
That's kind of in with the news at the moment because obviously there was the American
Yeah.
hurricane.
picked
I
it
have
appropriately.
no clue why they do this, and I don't know what happens when something like flies from the south bit from up to the
Yeah, when it gets to the middle, it just sort of has a collapse and hangs
Yeah,
there.
it had a bit of a spaz.
Yeah, it's sort of.
I
And
suppose,
then
I suppose
keeps
it's
going.
I suppose it's like toilets, isn't it? Because toilets go on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
They go
The other
they
way
go
around.
different
Oh,
ways.
down the plug hole. The plug
Yeah,
hole.
down the plug hole.
Dude, that's so cool. I've
I don't
never
know if
known.
that's something to do with
So that must be the
gravitation.
same-
All
Yeah.
upside down.
It's the same reason.
Must be the same. Man, I'm going to go to
Gravitational pull.
Australia and do that.
Weird.
That's really cool, actually.
I know.
All my days I want to try
I
that.
thought that was amazing.
I want to
You
film
get
it in
to
Britain and then film it in like Australia and try that. That'd be really cool. Right, cool. Random fact. So, moving on to the main part of the podcast today.
Yeah.
We have the hot seat.
We're shooting through it.
We're shooting through. I think we might miss
You've missed
something else.
something at the
I
beginning.
swear we have, but oh well. Right, so we move on to the main bit, and this bit is very good. Being your name, Paul Seaton-Burn,
Yeah, thank you very much.
we have got to call it Hot Seat and Burn.
Ah, yeah, that's all right.
Best
That's
hum
good.
in the world.
It's good.
So we'll now move on to the Hot Seat and Burn.
Happy
Cool.
face.
I think we will start with the first one circled. Alex's question. There you
You've
go.
got some nice random ones in there.
Nice
That's
random
good.
ones and
Random
serious
is good.
ones.
Random is good.
And some serious ones.
If you were gonna do an extreme sport, what would you do?
I think that's more of a random one.
I've never done bungee jumping, but it would be tempting
I can imagine you doing
just
Having
once.
your legs pulled away from
But
your
that-
body.
But that moment, yeah, I know. But that moment of,
3,000 G.
but that moment of, but that would almost be the anti-climax. The
Yeah.
thing would be, would you choose to go over or not, or would you actually have the guts?
Well,
You know,
the-
on Raiders of the Lost Ark, whatever the film, whichever it was, the third one, and he has to step out
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
onto the
yeah.
chasm,
The,
Oh, Last
And there's
Crusade,
like-
Last
Then
Crusade.
it's really
Yeah.
clever.
and he throws some
I
sand
love
on it.
that, I love that.
Isn't that clever?
Yeah.
And so he has to literally step out into nothing.
The leap of
So I reckon the bungee jumping
Well,
would be that the scary bit, the exciting bit, would be the bit where you literally have to say, Okay, I'm
gonna
gonna
do this. I'm a man.
The boingy bit. That's
Boingy
not
bit, that
so
was
much
actually the
fun.
arm.
That could
The
hurt.
bit where you get your legs pulled out of the socket.
Okay, yeah, that's not quite
and
so much fun.
your braids fall out
Yeah,
of your ears.
I'd probably do it once.
Well,
Yeah.
I wimped out of
And
it.
your
that's-
spine. Your
Did you?
spine
I
is
wimped out of
completely
it. 'Cause I didn't actually queue up for it, but when I was in Zambia, we went on the bridge between Zambia and Zimbabwe,
Hmm.
and they've got a bungee jump set up right in the middle of that bridge, right down into this ravine. And
Oh.
a few people I was with did it, but I just didn't. I did a helicopter ride instead through the.
That would
ravine,
be just as cool, I
which was
think.
nice. Hopefully not underneath
Yeah, at
someone
the same
going
time.
bungee jump, but
Yeah, with
Cut the line.
yeah. But apparently you say about this leap of faith. Apparently, if you don't go after a certain time, because they'll count down with you. If you don't go, they will push you.
Yeah.
You see,
Like
that's
we
worse.
strap you in, you go
Yeah.
in, or we push you.
Exactly.
I'm going. Do they make you walk a plank?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like on a pirate ship? That'd be really.
Go on. Yeah.
Each step
Poke
would
them
be
with-
like
Yeah.
you had concrete on your feet,
Yeah.
which would make you even worry even more for the sockets of your legs.
Yeah.
You've got a socket
Ow.
thing going on there. I can tell.
Yeah,
That's right.
Socket. It's cool
Imagine you
work.
trying to get back, like get away, and then it just like tension and then the flick you back.
But it doesn't actually do that because it slows down and then goes up. It doesn't like instantly stop, so
Yeah, it's
it
like-
wouldn't be that painful.
Be pretty cool. Right, moving on to the next question.
Good question.
Good. That's a very good
I'm
question.
not
I think. I think we'll do. Is your? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wes Cutler. It's quite a serious one. We'll try and
Young
answer
Once
Wesley?
again, I can't remember because I'm getting old. I need to.
He
Get
is.
old
He really is
Grandpa
getting old.
Wesington.
He is.
Okay, so just obviously you're the rector of the Woodland Parishes. In your job, what do you think is the most important thing for you, like to do?
Wow.
Big question.
I spend a lot of time with human beings,
Yeah. Like right now.
and like right now,
And now.
I think
And
you're
now.
all human. I've
hope
got
so.
some concerns about Joe, but it could just be the hat.
I'm a capybara on the way.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And the other Joe looks perhaps like an android. But apart from
Oh
that,
well.
it is nice. No, it's good. Spending time with lots of human beings, and you spend time with lots of people that you really you're with people at the best moments. Yeah. And in the very worst moments. And you're there sometimes near the beginning where they've just arrived on the planet with christenings and little ones and little babies. And then I'm also with people when they go home. So it's a complete mixture. So if you think about how wonderful and frustrating and really brilliant most human beings are, then you get an idea of the range of the stuff that I do. But it's a lot of trying to show, God's love in different ways, but in a real way, to lots of different sorts of people.
That is a deep answer.
Is
I
that all
like
right?
that.
Is that
That's
okay?
really.
That wasn't
that's
too,
the
like,
perfect
that
answer.
wasn't a sermon. I
That is
hope.
perfect. That is a brilliant answer. Right.
We'll see what the comments come back at.
Yeah, I was saying rubbish. Get
That
it
was
off.
that
Who
was too
that man?
deep.
Yes, yeah. Something shallow, for goodness sake. Be nice to people. Yeah, there we go. That'll do.
We're going to have people listening to this podcast and crying.
It's
Yeah.
not like we're
Good.
falling
That's
in
right.
this stuff. We don't need it to be deep.
Okay, Joe, your
Quick,
turn.
Joe, keep us going.
I think, if we ever get a picture onto the interwebs
Oh,
of you,
no.
you have the coolest hair on planet Earth.
It is. It does need cutting. It's getting a bit.
It's the best hair on planet Earth. I have to ask you, where do you get it done?
I couldn't possibly comment. All I will say
It's top
is
secret.
it is not in Chagford.
Oh wow, it's underground.
Just go back up to where you came from.
It's across the border.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're quite nice, and it's not very expensive. I couldn't possibly comment.
It is.
There's a guy with some shears somewhere, but no, it's all right. But it does need cutting again because it's getting a little bit
Bushy.
boing. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that, Joe.
No, it's still the world's coolest
What
hair. As I said, I want.
Well, I
that.
do want a hat because that hat would cover it up. I'm assuming as well.
Well, you can borrow this one.
Try-
Yes,
It's not
yeah,
like-
that's right.
Yeah.
But it's getting a bit long.
All right, cool. That was a very cool answer. Joe Knight.
Who's not an android?
He's not an android.
No.
I hope.
He does own a phone that's Android.
Does he?
What made you want to become a minister?
I ask that question many, many times a day, Joe. I used to work in a completely different job. I don't know if you know that. So I used to work in the city of London in for a company that managed billions of pounds of money in stocks and shares and things like that. So And God has a sense of humour.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I resigned my job. So I was quite a good job as assistant director. It was good fun. Worked with lots of different sorts of people in this country, and some Americans, Germans, and I resigned. So I could come to Chagford. That's what I was going to say. So I could come to Chagford. So I did that. But the truth is that there was I could just tell there was something else I was supposed to be doing.
That was very good. Lyndon, do you have a question?
Well,
I think
his isn't written down.
He's trying
That
to
makes
think
me
of the
worried.
most random question.
Yeah, go random.
if there was an apocalypse in which capybaras with human faces took over the world, what would be your plan of action?
Hide.
Hide.
Yeah. Go back to my
Probably
home planet.
Awesome.
Or what else would I do?
Was it you, Joe, who said earlier that you'd take a picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. You'd take a picture, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Post it on Facebook.
Yes. That would be
this.
rapidly, burning. Yeah, that's right.
Hashtag eaten by a capybara.
Yeah. I think hide. After taking the picture, I'd hide and hope for the best. And pray to the big fella. I don't think I've seen one of those before.
No. It's quite
Maybe
a rare
no,
breed.
in Oakhampton.
Of course.
Outside
You're
Lidl.
going to see a hell of a lot more.
I do think they're going to be
Yeah.
more.
You know, the apocalypse.
They're coming. It's coming.
This is a
He
sign.
knows. He
Oh,
knows.
you've got mail.
We were thinking if we get enough views, we'll actually
We were
make
thinking of making a short movie
Well, this is the beginning of something
about an
big.
apocalypse.
Like 50
It's Anna
people.
Shields.
I was going to say.
Yeah, that'll happen to you.
That was a form of
for
girlfriend.
next
That's
week.
okay.
Hey.
That's what happens when someone's bitten by one. You know.
Yeah.
So never kiss her again.
that face.
Wear capybara.
Okay, I think I've got one more question here
Okay.
that has my name above it. What did you do before you were a minister? I mean, we've kind of already
That's the
answered.
one.
Well, I've
Yeah.
sort of given you part of the answer already.
Yeah.
We used to work. Do
Can
really
you
want
name
to
the
know?
company?
The company was called Kleinwood Benson first of all. Then it became another company, and by the end it was Allianz. So some of you who like Formula 1, F1,
Oh, yeah.
they sponsor
Did you just
F1
put your
in a
hand
big
up?
way. Yeah. No. He's allowed to stand up. He knows. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Joe. At least somebody has standards. Anyways,
Get standards.
but so we used to work for Allianz.
So much.
Yeah, I know. No, it's good. It's good. But we used to have pots of money. You give me your money, and then we would buy shares with it, bits of companies, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, those shares would go up in value, and that means that you would get more money back at the end of the year, or 5 years, or 10 years, or whatever. In theory,
So
stock markets go down as well as up. Yes.
shareholders.
Yeah, like shareholders. Well, they were shareholders, but
They
we
were shareholders.
managed their money on their behalf, and we
You were
we
just
helped
the holders.
We helped him.
Just the
Yeah,
whole.
well, we used to start new companies or funds that invested in America or India or goodness knows where, and we also used to wind them up and when they weren't doing very well.
Rub it in.
So yeah,
Look at us. Look at all that money.
You can touch the money, we have the money.
that's right. Oh.
We are the holders.
But it was good fun, and there were a lot of really good people working in London. So remember, it was a good time, good memories.
It's cool. Yeah, London's quite a nice place. I think it's nice as long as you don't like
It's busy,
Piccadilly
though.
Square and all that. Really nice. Trafalgar Square,
Piccadilly Square.
Piccadilly Circus. So
You say Trafalgar Circus.
Trafalgar Circus.
Can't do.
Piccadilly Square.
That's sort of-
And it's the London Overground, yeah?
Yeah, London. There is an overground.
Okay.
called the
Yeah.
DLR.
So who was last in London? Anybody been up to London?
I was in London.
What were you doing in London,
last
guys?
week?
Really?
We were in London a couple of weeks ago, weren't we? Doing an art
Yeah.
trip, which is quite cool.
You were doing our trip. I was consulting with the Illuminati,
Oh.
who apparently live
Again.
in London.
And I was there for my graduation.
Ah. And did you have to wear one of those funny hats?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, I had
we've
to
got
do
a
one of
picture
those.
of that.
Have you got a picture?
Not, I
of
don't
that?
know if it's on here, is it?
It's on my Facebook, yeah.
No, that's really good.
I just got my
Looks
official
very
photos
smart.
in the post today.
Ooh.
But
Is
the
that on the
funny
website?
thing was
No.
that they didn't put, obviously because it's like an A4 size, they didn't put it through the letterbox because they didn't want to damage them. So I went downstairs to go out to the shops, just to get something to eat, and they propped the package up against the wall outside my house.
What?
So that was
Like, they hadn't even rung the bell. They just left it there. I'm like, those photos cost me like 45 quid.
Yeah.
Lift it up, there's a cat runs
Yeah,
out.
well, yeah. What's a bit of rain or
Yeah,
bird food?
ridiculous.
No.
So can I ask you a question? Because you asked me loads of questions.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Fire away.
We
And
never
they're
had
good
that
questions,
before.
but you know, I'm
Never
just
had
going to
that
say
before.
yeah, no, listen. If you had been elected as the President of the United States instead of Barack Obama,
He's awesome.
what would you do? What one thing would you do as
Wow.
President of the United States?
Dance Gangnam Style on top of the White House.
Oh my god.
What have I done?
No, yeah, you haven't said whether you want silly answers or serious
No, go for it. If you were president, if you'd been elected instead of, the other one.
I'd make a very good pep talk.
Yeah?
I probably wouldn't last about over 2 minutes.
Yeah,
But
that
be
is
able
me
to
as
keep a
well.
straight face.
Yeah. I'm president, yoink!
Your friends in the Illuminati, though, they would be really pleased,
Yeah,
wouldn't
they
Lyndon?
would. They would.
That would be the
He's
plan.
got friends in
They
high
would lay
place.
off killing me.
That's good.
Yeah. It would be great. It'd be great. Joe would be like, these papers look important.
What's this
Fire.
red button for?
Big red buttons that I just had to enter like 4 passcodes to get to for. Launch nuclear missile.
Yoink!
So we keep Joe away from the buttons. Well, what about, guys, what do you do?
Yeah,
What
sensible.
would you do?
Let's hope. Where's?
Make a law.
Ooh, I
Yeah,
don't
what
know.
would be the first
I-
law you made?
I don't know.
I can hear the thinking. It's just...
Yeah.
I would go down the monster gaming lunatic party line and mint a 99 cent
Coin.
coin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. They were actually going to do that. I
They were
would've
going to
voted.
do that.
They better be around when
It's a
I'm
great
voting.
idea. Great idea.
I would probably. That is a serious, boring answer.
Okay.
I'd probably try to bring people closer together.
Yeah.
Because although, as a whole, people are pretty accepting, I think there's still a lot of divisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very divided
Especially in,
place.
especially in America. It's
You'd be a very good
very
president.
diverse
Let's
place.
nominate him.
We'd vote
Yeah,
for you,
Wes for
Wes.
president. That would be our next
We'd vote
campaign.
for
Yeah.
Wes.
Well, mine sounds really shallow now. I just basically move my cousins in and let them stay there, scrap all their houses, buy them up, and buy myself a better house than the White House.
I know what I
An
would
even
do.
better house.
I
than
would
Wes.
walk into Hollywood and buy the Batman suit, the Iron Man suit, Superman suit, and the ring.
But, the one ring.
The one ring.
To
The
rule
one
them all.
ring.
And I would have it round my neck.
No!
No, but then we wouldn't know who you are.
You can't!
Or do you put it on your fingers on it?
Mitt
And,
Romney
and,
run.
and if the election, if the next election,
Lose your thumb!
if the next election kind of goes a bit wrong, you just put it on and disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's disappeared.
Although all the previous presidents will come chasing after you,
Yeah.
dressed in black
We'll
robes.
do.
Mitt Romney will run on with like Gollum's body, badly photoshopped face.
Do you know? I'm gonna mind those now, Joe. It's not good.
It's
You're
all about
crying,
bad
Wesley.
Photoshop, isn't it?
We all agreed they have to be the best films ever. Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. Lord of the Rings.
As
Possibly.
a
Well, wait
series
till
of
The Hobbit
films,
comes
do you
out.
not think?
I
think they're very
have a
good.
confession.
I would also
to
get
make.
Harry Potter's wand.
I got
Yeah,
another
okay.
confession to make.
Do we
I
have enough time,
Not
Joe?
watched all the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, what's his name?
Do you know where the door
Who's
is?
that man? Yeah, what's
Get out.
Ding.
So we're just gonna.
Why not? Is that
Technical
like
difficulty.
4 hours long as well.
Only the extended ones. If you go for the normal ones, they're only 3 hours.
Sounds the alarm!
Yeah, it
But
sounds
they're,
like.
but they're no longer than like the Transformer movie that's 3 hours.
Transformers.
Robots in
disguise.
That theme tune is
I've never
amazing.
seen a Transformer movie.
That's like the best
I'm
theme
with you
tune.
I'd also, you know those massive animatronic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles things?
Ah, yeah.
I would get one of them for you. And I'd let it roam around your
Suits.
house. And you'd just be
Making
lying there in
you
bed
cups
and
of
it'd
tea
come
and
and bring you
food
cups of tea and you'd be like,
Call it Jeeves. Jeeves, the
Jeeves.
massive animatronic ninja
Anyway.
turtle.
Well, it sounds like you need a Lord of the Rings night at the mess anyway. So
Yeah,
definitely.
that sounds like
Definitely.
Do, 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 do.
Right, anyway, moving on.
Sorry, that's
Thank
a bit
you
of a
for being...
tangent. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ask you a question.
Alright, Joe,
Go on, Joe.
fire away. Quickly.
I would make a sea base in the middle of the ocean and have a pet tortoise.
Well, it wouldn't be in the middle of the land, would it?
Well, no, just like have
Unless
a
it's
couple
Chuck
toys.
Norris.
in
Unless
like-
it's
in
Chuck
like
Norris.
one
Just, yeah,
tank.
but just one. You'd have a whole sea base for one little tortoise.
No, and like have other things. like,
Joe,
like,
I hate to burst your
Be a
bubble.
turtle, wouldn't it?
It's
yes.
turtles with a seed running
Oh,
around.
turtles. I was thinking turtles or
It
tortoise.
begins with T. Come on.
Tortoise.
They wander around on land. Turtles are the ones
They are
that
pretty
can
awesome.
swim.
Oh, because you're like, do you have a
Anyway.
tortoise?
Really?
No,
It costs loads.
That's his dream,
Like
and it's never been realised.
600
Joe,
quid.
how sad. One day you shall get your tortoise.
You
You may need to be elected as the President of the United States or something, but you could do that.
Yeah.
can do that.
Yeah.
Wes will get you one.
Also
Yeah.
the tortoise.
The sea base might be a bit tricky, but the tortoise
We
could...
can live with.
Yeah, we could do.
We can get you a couple of them if you want. Right, moving on. We've gone on a massive tangent there.
Very.
Massive,
Wow.
very massive. Looking at time. Right, so thank you for being hot seated.
No, it's lovely. It was a pleasure. I think
It was a pleasure to have you.
Feeling like
It's
in
not
the
been-
It's really warm.
Yeah, it's very warm. Is that the only reason? I was locked out my house.
It's very cold outside, Joe.
It's cold.
That one came in the Anna Shields one as well.
Ow.
So
We're gonna have to
that's
put that in the
weird-
background, aren't we?
Yeah, spooky feeling.
The Christmas special.
Along with Slender.
All right, cool.
As
So
long as it's
thank
not
you for that.
mistletoe and wine, we're okay.
Yeah, cool. And now for the news with Wes. Over to you,
Okay.
Wes.
Thank you very much. Okay. Obviously, there's a few things coming up over the next few months. I've got 2 dates here,
Two dates for you, don't you?
and they are exactly the same date, just different months.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So hopefully you'll be able to remember them.
Snazzy.
So on the 24th of November, which is a Saturday morning, from 10 till 12, there is a mess coffee morning, raising money for the mess, obviously.
I've just had an idea. Sorry, can I?
Yes.
I reckon we should do a
Interrupting
live.
the news.
Sorry,
A
we
live
should,
podcast.
we should do a live podcast in
Yes.
this thing. Well, we
Like
can have a live audience.
custard
then.
creams
That'd
and
be pretty cool.
Yeah,
hot
hot
biscuits.
Yeah.
cups
Okay.
of coffee.
Yeah, we'll,
We have
we'll think
cookies.
about it.
We should
Cookies.
do
So
that.
it's up
Cool.
at Endicott House,
Up at
10
Endicott.
till 12.
Pottering.
And then on the 24th of December,
Christmas Eve.
Ooh.
we've got a caroling event at 7 o'clock, meeting outside the Gospel Church with a brass group, and we're going round Chagford's singing carols.
They're a very good brass group. They are very good. Very
Wow.
well trained.
Yeah.
Not
I
to be
think
modest.
so.
They're not going to go
I'm
around
not
in those
surprised.
Santa suits, are they, with the trombones? Like those.
No, we might,
Those
we
robot
might,
things
we
off
might hire
Doctor
some
Who. Do you
onesies
remember
or
those?
something.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
They were a bit,
So, no,
they were a bit
Zuka
spooky.
out
That would
of the
scare
thing.
people.
Capybara onesies.
We're gonna have to
With
make
the faces.
this movie.
Anna,
Anna.
ask Anna back.
Anna will
That's very
star
good.
in this movie.
No.
She'll be the evil
Honestly.
geniuses that created.
This is giving me. I'm so paranoid.
Palpitations.
I'm sorry.
Take it
So-
off the screen, Joe.
so-
Take it off the screen.
So anyway, that was the news. So 24th of November and 24th of December.
Come along.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That'll be good. They'll be advertising around at the mess and,
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah.
And
Just
other
check
stories, pop them in the door. If
Yeah.
you've got any adverts you want, stick them
Or-
through the letterbox.
that out. Or comments or message us on the things that Joe's about to do.
Yes. Yes. Well, we've got our website, of course, haven't we?
We have indeed.
Which is www.ote hyphen. Oh, first time got it. First time.
Not a dash.
Not a
dash.
Not a
Not
dash.
Oh,
It gets brought up every time because I get told up the dash.
Yeah, right.
Never mind.
so www.ote-chagford.org/podcast will take you straight to the podcast page where we've got all of them.
Yep.
Yeah, straight there on the interwebs. And we have our YouTube account. So if you've got a YouTube account yourself, then you can comment on our videos, leaving suggestions, news,
Only nice ones, though.
and
Yeah.
nice ones.
Yeah.
And like as well.
Like, subscribe,
Please like us.
please like us.
Nobody likes me.
Right, which is www.youtube.com/user/OTE Chagford. Or if you're already on YouTube, you could just type in OTE Chagford and it'll come up with the channel.
Yeah, cool. And the new thing that we've got as well, Joe.
Our new thing, made
Oh, new
today.
thing.
Made today, which will be heard about soon. It's new. It's brand spanking new, Lyndon.
Yeah. Are you going to tell us?
New.
That's it. it's
Okay, we
new.
haven't
Yeah,
found.
it's new.
But it's really new, though. Is it
Slap
new?
that new label on
It's
there.
so new. It's just.
Right.
Are
So
you not telling us what it is?
It's not old.
yeah.
It's
Right.
so new. We can't.
So log on to Facebook, get a Facebook account. Unless you're like 5, don't get one. Do not get a Facebook account.
There are evil people,
There are evil people. And
including
crackers.
capybaras.
And crackers. We're going to make a group. Capybaras.
Oh, please don't.
Sorry, we'll stop. Alright, so log on to Facebook and search in your search bar On the Edge Podcast, and we have now made a specific group for the Mess Podcast, which you can join, I believe.
Yes, you can
and
join.
you can. We'll regularly update it with all the news and podcasts, and if there's anything that, like the pictures of capybaras that we need to upload on there that relate to the video, we will do so. Any information?
Yeah. And if people want us to do any shout outs or if they've got any news,
that's another good place to put.
Because Facebook's kind of more regularly used. So yeah, those three things.
Those three things. We can have 3.
And for your own safety, it is advised that if you are a sensitive person, you don't look at the pictures of the capybaras.
Yeah. If you have a light heart or extremely, wimpish. In fact, no, this could bring a grown man down to the floor in tears.
Don't risk it.
Oh, no.
You may die.
I want to post it to like a marine base. Cool. So that's the end of the podcast. It's a bit of a tangent podcast. We should call it.
Tangents are good.
Tangents are cool.
Yeah.
Tangents.
Down with the kids. Cool. So that has been all from us, I hope. This has had so much capybara related things.
I like capybaras.
Right, so
Bye from everyone. Bye from Wesington.
goodbye.
Goodbye from Joe Knight.
Bye.
Bye from Alex.
Soda!
Bye from me, Joe. Bye from Lyndon first.
Bye.
Bye from Paul with the awesome hair.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.